The shifting front line in Ukraine's war with separatists came within a few kilometers of the crash investigation team Monday. Residents fled their homes following heavy fighting in the town of Shakhtarsk on the route to the crash site. Investigators and police from the Netherlands and Australia were forced to turn back for the second day in a row. The OSCE's Alexander Hug expressed frustration.
There is a job to be done. It can only be done if these guns are down, that we have no risk on our way there. We are sick and tired of being interrupted by gunfights, despite the fact that we have agreed that there should be a ceasefire.
Ukraine's armed forces say they are conducting operations outside a 40-kilometer zone around the site established by the country's president. Ukraine's National Security Council spokesman Andrei Lysenko said Monday early data from the black box flight recorders indicated the plane was shot down.
Data from the recovered flight data recorders show that the reason for the sudden crash was because of a massive explosive loss of pressure after being punctured multiple times by shrapnel.
That act of violence, which took the lives of 298 people, could constitute a war crime, according to the UN High Commissioner for Human Rights. Gianni Magazzini is her spokesman.
I think the High Commissioner has indicated this may amount to a war crime. I think also the High Commissioner has said that there is a need for a prompt, thorough, independent, impartial and effective investigation.
Meanwhile, the United States published satellite images Monday, which it claims show that rockets are being fired from Russia into Ukraine, targeting Ukrainian military units. U.S. Ambassador to Ukraine, Jeffrey Pyatt.
It tells us that so far, President Putin's actions have not been consistent with his words. We've seen occasional positive statements out of the Kremlin, out of Moscow, but the actions have been to the contrary. In fact, recent Russian actions have escalated the situation.
Russian Foreign Minister Sergei Lavrov Monday did not directly address these charges.
I will leave it to the experts to deal with it further.
As fighting edges closer to urban areas like Donetsk and Luhansk, there are concerns over the growing number of civilian casualties. Human Rights Watch criticised both government and rebel forces for using unguided rockets in residential areas. The UN says more than 230,000 people have fled their homes because of the conflict. H.Ridgwell for VOA News, Kyiv.